Ninth Step Promises says that if we're painstaking about this phase of our development, we'll be amazed before we're halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We won't regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. We'll comprehend the word serenity, and we'll know peace. No matter how far down the scale we've gone, we'll see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We'll lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. And we'll intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We'll suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? We think not. They're being fulfilled among us. Sometimes quickly and sometimes slowly. But they will always materialize if we work for them. Are those promises coming true in your life? And if not, is it because you haven't done the ninth step yet? Or at least made a beginning? See, that's why it says before we're halfway through. Because you get to see some of these promises come true almost immediately when you begin doing some ninth step work. That's why you'll be amazed before you're halfway through. I think in a lot of ways those are extravagant promises, except that AA proves that they're not that extravagant. You know, I see those promises coming true in people's lives on a daily basis. Painstaking about this phase of our development. So that means you got to be relentless, painstaking. I'll have to look that up and post a definition somewhere here. But to me, what painstaking means is accept whatever pain it takes to make it happen and just do it anyway. Don't try to avoid whatever discomfort you're feeling. Embrace that discomfort and make those amends. Clear away the wreckage of your past, and that way you can give freely. So if you're painstaking about this phase of your development, you'll be amazed before you're halfway through. We're going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. Now the big one is that we won't regret the past, nor will we wish to shut the door on it. To me, that was huge. I was like, there's no way that that's ever going to happen for me. I've got so many regrets, so many things I wish I could undo in life that, I carried a lot of guilt a lot of baggage for some of my behaviors, my actions in the past. Well, it says we won't regret the past, nor wish to shut the door on it. But it also says we'll see how our experience can benefit others. And because of that, that feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. It's amazing what getting out of yourself and doing for others can do for you. I don't know that that's the actual key to the 9th step, but by doing the 9th step, it has opened my eyes to the fact that, man, I can connect with another alcoholic real quick just by talking a little bit about my story, and revealing some of those past behaviors that I'm not real proud of. And I'll never be proud of them. But because of I find them useful to others in being able to help others, I see the benefit. And it outweighs the ability to undo, if you will. It makes it worth it. And I never in a million years dreamed that I could ever say that. I hurt some of the people that I love and care about. We do that, And luckily, when I was a newcomer in the program, there were others who had also hurt their loved ones and the people that they care about, but had managed to find peace within themselves enough that they could share it with me, and it would benefit me. I was the others that it talks about. It's just a beautiful process, the way that this thing works. It really is. Okay, so fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. Now, there's so many of us that get confused on that. Economic insecurity, it doesn't say that economic insecurity will leave us. I've been economically insecure for years, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon. But I no longer fear it. Not at all. My needs have always been provided for. Now, that's not to say that I've never been hungry, because I have. I've been hungry and unable to feed myself. But that's because I was doing the wrong thing. Or at least I wasn't doing the right thing. I have managed to scale back some of the wants and desires that I have. And that allows me to concentrate on my needs, which, like I say, they're always provided for. Always. Otherwise, if they weren't, I wouldn't be breathing in and out right now. And I'm doing so much more than breathing. I'm living life today. And there's so many of us that aren't. Yeah, you're breathing in and out. You're supplying yourself with fuel so that you can keep going, feeding yourself, housing yourself, but not really living. This program has given me that. It's given me an appreciation for the life that I have today. Especially when I look back on the life that I used to live. What about fear of people? The fear of people. I think mainly my fear of people was what they thought of me. I guess what I was doing was I was judging my insides by everyone else's outsides. I took the vision of them that they portrayed to the world and assumed that it was real and that it was what they were feeling on the inside. And so I judged my insides by their outsides. And not a good judgment, because deep down they were just as insecure about life as I was. I really thought that there was something wrong with me. And it turns out there's something wrong with all of us. I'm not the only one. So, I don't know, that just kind of, that really freed me up for being comfortable in my own skin and not having a fear of other people and what they thought of me. Well, now that fear of people is not just what they think of me, but what I've done to them as well. I wasn't always a nice guy. Not at all. I did some pretty dirty things to people in the past. And that's what created the reason for the 9th step in the first place, to make amends for those things. The 9th step is the last of the house cleaning steps. 4 through 9 is house cleaning. I've always looked at step 4 as like, okay, I'm kind of sweeping up all the debris into a pile. And now, in the 5th step, I've got to look through that pile and show it to somebody. Show it to God and somebody else. Show them the pile of debris that I've swept into the corner. And then in the 6th and the 7th step, I put it all into a dustpan. And in the 9th step, I finally dump that into a basket to be incinerated, to never return. So anyway, that's kind of a silly way of looking at it, but it's true. It's the last of the house cleaning steps. And I've always found it interesting that 4 through 9, that's 6 steps. That's half the steps. Half of the steps are house cleaning. That's a lot of house cleaning. And it says something for us alcoholics and how dirty our house was. We will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. You know, it's amazing. When I was early in sobriety, I'd call my sponsor for everything. Like, what do I do, man? What do I do? What do I do? I'd pray to God, God, please tell me, show me the way, tell me what to do. Somewhere along the way, it became intuitive. And I no longer had to call, at the drop of a hat over silly little things. I intuitively knew how to handle those situations. That gave me so much freedom. I was able to travel, go to all over the country, even Alaska, and not feel baffled, except for because of the beauty of it all. So if you're working on your house cleaning steps 4 through 9, keep in mind that when you get to the 9th step, you're going to be amazed before you're halfway through. You are going to be amazed. Those promises, they're not like the promises that we made and couldn't keep. They're actual promises. They're actual promises that come true. I've explained to you some of the ways that those promises have come true in my life, and I've seen it in many, many others. I'm not special. It's a matter of taking the action of going through the steps. And please do it with a sponsor. I can't stress that importance enough. Going through the steps alone. I heard a speaker one time say, if you're sponsoring yourself, you got an idiot for a sponsor. And I've been there. I've tried that. It just it gets confusing, and it doesn't end well. Let's say that. You know, make sure that you get with a sponsor, that you have a sponsor to take you through these steps, especially when you're doing that 9th step. Let me tell you, you know, for me, the 9th step is a lifetime process. It's something I'll be doing for the rest of my life. It's amazing how even in sobriety, I still wind up needing to make amends for my behavior even in sobriety. Now, luckily, it's not the same kind of behavior, or maybe sometimes it is. It's just on a much lighter scale. You know, I've grown so much in sobriety and through the program of Alcoholics Anonymous that not only are my problems less, but so are my bad behaviors. So in the 7th step, we humbly ask God to remove those defects of character. That doesn't mean that He completely removes them. It's a process. It's a process. You know, it just like in How It Works, we read, we don't claim spiritual perfection, only spiritual progress, and that's the aim, is progress. So I hope you all take the steps, apply them to your lives, and enjoy the life that you've been afforded because of Alcoholics Anonymous. This program has given me a life that I never even imagined would be possible for me. And I so want that for everyone watching this video. I would love to be able to hear back from each and every one of you. You know, a little bit of dialogue back and forth in the comments section wouldn't hurt a bit. And I get some comments, and I try to reply to each and every one of them. But you guys are important to me. Anybody watching this video, you're important to Earl Marsden. And so, you know, please, drop a little line. Tell me where you're at in the steps, or if you're even in the program, because I may have some viewers who aren't. It's a very good possibility. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying your day and your recovery, and I'll see you next time.